Alphadia I and II here on Nintendo Switch, courtesy of Kimco. I want to thank them very much for the opportunity to cover this package deal. So, in this double pack, you get both Alphadia I and II. Again, this being played on Switch. If I go to new game, if I pick Alphadia II, for instance, I don't want to start with 1, I want to start with 2. If I start with 2, it'll tell me this game has several cross events in 1 and 2. The events do not occur if you start from 2 from a new game, even if you completed 1. So we recommend you to start to complete 1 first to enjoy Alphadia I and II fully. So what it's telling you is that essentially the choices you make in the first game will have a significant impact going into the second game. There's cross events, and the stories intertwine in a really unique and cool way. So I'm going to go ahead and come down here to continue. That's going to load me into my game. So here we are in Alphadia I. Now I'm not going to show you Alphadia II simply because of how intertwined these two games are. Now you can't pick up both these games separately, and it will not intertwine this way. So you have a choice. You can buy the package deal, which I definitely recommend playing over or grabbing over the game separately. Just because 1 and 2 is a very complete experience as opposed to them separately. So, just like most Kimco RPGs, EXE Create RPGs, the developer, this is a mobile game. It's been ported to Switch. It's also been ported to other major platforms. But just like those other games, you can come here to shop, and it'll have you save your game. Alright, so here you got roulette. So you can do 3 a day. So I hit start. Okay, so I got energy materia that's like magic. So that gives me that there. I'm going to do it again. I got the same thing. And I got nectar. Okay. Now I can come in here to my aid room, and if I wanted to spend the special game currency, I can go ahead and buy these abilities: physical damage up, energy damage up, rare drop item, experience, and energy point, and gold, boosting options here. So that's kind of cool that you can buy this kind of stuff. And I can come here to items, and I can spend that same type of currency on really high-end and rare items. So here we got, it restores 9,000 AP for all allies. Ultimate Machina, Excellent Machina, Nectar, fully restores single allies HP and EP. So that's kind of cool. You have those options to buy those things. And we have the scenario here. So here's here's your quest. You got the story. You also have quest content here. And then you have the characters here. You can come in here and you can equip weapons and armor, accessories if you have any. Or you can go over here to energy, and if you have ones that you can use outside of battle. You can use those and see what level you're at with those. So that's kind of cool. Okay. And also in dungeon areas, you can set the counter rate. You can't do that in the overworld. You can also initiate a 3-round battle where you battle 3 battles in a row consecutively, which is kind of nice. So if you want to level up without wandering around, you have that option. Or if you try to level up quickly, you can. So the battle system's pretty self-explanatory. You got retreat. You have the speed of the battle. You can auto battle. You can You can repeat, and you can also manually select what you want to do. So if I wanted to say if I wanted to use some magic here. Okay, no, not with her. She's going to heal. I'm going to attack with her. So I'm going to use Firebomb. I just on that guy. Or else I just wanted to finish off this battle. I'm going to go ahead and just hit X. It'll auto battle for me. So yeah, the battle system I really like. I like the fact you use auto battle. I love how large the character sprites are. The animations are nice. Everything is just right there, clean, large, easy to see. It just makes battling less of a chore and more of kind of even a fun experience, even despite the fact that you do battle quite a bit, and the battles are frequent. It's not too tedious, so that's always nice. And depending on the areas you go into, it's going to determine what kind of enemies you're going to run into. Like right now, these are about what I expect to run into. If I come up higher in the land here, if I want to go up here, I'm going to run into easier enemies. I say that like going into 2 knights. The knights are kind of annoying because sometimes they'll summon more knights or soldiers, and they'll keep coming, and they can eventually wipe your team out. So those, I guess, are the toughest enemies in this area here. However, since I've upgraded my equipment here from this town, they've been less of an issue for me. So once you're in town, it'll designate things like the pub you can go into, and the map here. Here's the map. Plus from the upper left-hand corner. Here's weapon shop, so you can come in here to buy weapons. I've already bought everything, so I'm not gonna buy anything. I can sell stuff though. I can sell my short sword. And what's cool about this game is that you can have a running tab. So whether or not you're selling stuff or buying stuff, you can just make a list of things you're selling or make a list of things you're buying, and then you can hit the X button here, and you can sell them or you can buy them. Like if I wanted to say I wanted to buy like one of everything here, right? Say I have a running tab and I can hit. Oh, I'm sorry, that's selling. Let me go back to buying. So let's say I wanted to buy one of every armor, right? It's a running tab. I can hit X to purchase it all, and then it'll just take it all at once, which is really kind of cool. The only thing I don't like about the game is that once you buy a weapon or item, you can't auto-equip it. You have to go into the menu and actually equip it yourself, which is kind of a nitpicky thing, really, because not all RPGs do that, or not all JRPGs do that, which I understand. But it would be a nice feature. So one thing you have to pay attention with is the story. The story is extremely important to pay attention to, because again, choices you make in the game will impact the next game going forward. Everything's looking on your side. Are you ready to cast off? So the gist of the story is that you have a kingdom or an empire that's wanting to wage war against the world, essentially, to obtain all of the world's energy, which is a magic force based on the life force of the planet, or of the people on the planet. And you're trying to stop it. So you're trying to join the rebellion. to rebel against this large empire and work to take them down. And that's what you're doing here. So if you got any stuff left to do here in time, you'd best see it make it snappy. Right. So I think if I get out of here, what? So I'm going to go ahead and leave. Excellent. Raise anchor, man. So we're leaving this continent, going to another continent, and we're fleeing. So they're being pursued by people in that empire. Finally, looks like we're in the clear. Thank goodness, because I'm beat. Yes, myself included. Indeed, I agree heartily. We've continued moving at an extremely brisk pace ever since we fled Highland. Hey, Cheyenne. Is it okay if we ask you something personal? How dare you speak her name as if familiarity? I command you at once to call her by her rightful. Why, Chick said. Please don't worry about what he said. Sometimes he can be a bit overprotective, but he's really a pushover. And as for what you call me, Cheyenne is fine. So she's a princess of, I think, the opposing empire, if I'm not mistaken. Great, that works for me. Anyway, I was wondering if you could fill us in on what you know about Rosencrantz. I second the motion. That's something I'd like to hear more about, and why, and why exactly they're after you. Sure, if it'll be of any help, I'd be glad to tell you what I know, though I fear it isn't much. Rosencrantz are a special military unit within the Schwarzschild army. They were organized nearly half a century ago, and their main mission is to suppress any resistance factions, regardless of the threat they pose to the Empire. But you're talking like 50 years earlier than these guys were around. Yes, that's right. So the only difference between then and now is that Lord Rosencrantz, the last great figure of justice to lead them, disappeared without a trace. And at present, his son Maxim has taken over as the one in charge of their activities under the direction of the Emperor. So Maxim is it? The name of the guy who sent those soldiers from Rosencrantz after you? Yes, and there's more. Vanessa and Maxim were, at one period of time, betrothed to be married. However, unable to accept Maxim's ideals, Vanessa left Schwarzschild, and in doing so became a major figure in the resistance which we oft hear of today. As for Rosencrantz, they are working under orders issued directly by the Schwarzschild Emperor. Then this is all the Emperor is doing. And the reason why Highland was attacked was because of him too? Ash. Then it's clear to me what course of action I must take. I will join the resistance and support their cause. After that, I'm going to do everything in my power to defeat this Maxim and put down the Empire for good. Cara McClare, are you with me? Of course, we're a dummy. How far do you actually think you'd get without us watching your back? You said it, Claire. And don't forget that it's our hometown that was attacked too, Ash. We want to pay back just as bad as you do. Right. I didn't even think about that. Having got things decided, why don't we just use this time to rest up? It looks like everyone could use some time to recharge. Shion. Though things may be unbearable at present, I implore you to set all your worries aside so that you might rest yourself and regain your strength. Yes, why, thank you. I'll do that. So, why is a knight that is protecting the princess? So who do you think those two are anyway? Why? Does it really matter? Come on, Ash. You can't tell me you don't think it's strange, can you? I mean, did you notice how knowledgeable they were about Schwarzschilds in general? So what? Maybe they have an axe to grind with the Empire like we do. I don't know. Somehow I get the feeling that their situation is somewhat more complicated than that. You saw the apparel Shion was wearing, right? The cloth, right down to the stitching, was one of a kind. In fact, the quality was so much finer than my own clothing. I would be hard-pressed not to assume she's from an aristocratic family. I was actually kind of under the impression myself. So much so to the point that I am almost 100% convinced of it. Those are definitely from Schwarzschild, and though I can't say the extent, they for sure have some sort of aristocratic background. You're starting to sound as full of it, Grim. How could you possibly know that if that were true? Because these eyes are sharp, that's how. That sword White's carrying on him is from Schwarzschild, no doubt about it. On top of that, it was quite the costly piece of steel equipment if I've ever seen one. Aristocrats, huh? Be that as it may, we should still give them the benefit of the doubt instead of begrudging our trust, don't you think? Whoa, did you just feel that? Yeah, that didn't feel like normal rocking of a boat either. We might be under attack by monsters. Better get on the deck to find out what it is. So yeah, they don't know that they're royalty. If that wasn't apparent. Alright, I'm gonna go and just auto battle here. Thankfully, I upgrade my equipment, and these aren't gonna be that big of a deal. Level up. Oh, I didn't learn. Cool. Okay, so that's a little bit of the story behind Alphadia I and Alphadia II. Look at Alphadia gameplay. Or that game growth opportunity. This game is amazing. I highly recommend picking up the package deal. If you want to pick it up, I will leave a link in the description down below, as I always do. You can always pick them up separately as well on the mobile platform. And I'll leave a link to get those as well. The first game is free on mobile, or the second one you have to pay like $6, depending on your region and your area. But yeah, again, great series here. Great 2 entries as a combo package. And I'll thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. As always, next time, take care and happy gaming.